For kids entertainment. Jeez, you guys, you didn't really have to do that. But that's pretty much what's been going on throughout the internet for years. Through anime sites, anime forums, it's always, oh, for kids suck, for kids ruined my favorite anime, oh, blah 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 blah. Aside from their shady business practices, their Americanization towards anime, and their censorship towards anime, For Kids actually did some pretty good things. I mean, it wasn't a bad company much. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, One Piece was terrible, but that was actually by accident. As a matter of fact, they were originally going to acquire Shaman King, but instead they got One Piece as a side deal, knowing that One Piece was essentially a big franchise in Japan, a very big kids franchise in Japan. Realizing that it's a kids show, they think it's pretty much the same standards as a kids show in the United States. Not realizing that in Japan, a kids show is totally different than a kids show here in the United States. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because a couple of months ago, For Kids has emerged from bankruptcy. They changed their name from For Kids to For Licensing Corporation, essentially acquiring children's entertainment and other forms of entertainment as well. They are no longer the anime dubbing company they once were. And so I'm discussing this, and let's just take a look back at some of the positives and not so much of the rantings, because this is what I hear pretty much in every single For Kids rant video. It's like, oh, you know, For Kids messed up my favorite anime, For Kids messed up One Piece and all that stuff, yada yada yada. It just kind of overshadows of what they did prior to One Piece, before they were dubbing the animes. And to be honest, you know, they did a pretty decent job of dubbing Pokemon. Aside from the little censorship that they did with the rice cakes, you know, it's understandable. I mean, sometimes you have to have some censorship in order to, you know, broadcast the anime on TV. You know, standard practices are very strict when it comes to these things, so it's understandable. But aside from that, they did a fantastic job dubbing Pokemon, and the voice actors were top-notch. Veronica Taylor is probably one of the best voice actors around, playing the voice of Ash Ketchum, no doubt. I mean, she knew how to tap in the emotions when Ash gets sad or when Ash gets happy. And, you know, it's pretty much a shame that the Pokemon company did not renew For Kids' contract to dub more of the anime. I mean, she did this for 8 seasons, and it's kind of sad that they decided to, the Pokemon company decided to go with the cheap route and hiring, you know, low cheap voice actors. I mean, the person who does Ash now, I mean, don't get me wrong, she might be a great actress, but she doesn't really do Ash pretty well, and it's, you know, kind of a shame that they had to go to that, you know. But aside from, you know, a lot of the dubbing that For Kids did throughout the years, I'd say Pokemon was their best dub that they ever did. Pretty much the only dub that they ever did, as well as Yu-Gi-Oh! For Kids, actually, believe it or not, actually put Japanese episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! On their For Kids YouTube page. I mean, fully uncut, Japanese actors with subtitles, obviously, all on their website. Unfortunately, that had to be taken down because the higher-ups of the people that created the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, I believe, was TB Nihon, I'm not really sure. They wanted to take it down because there were some contracts disputes that they couldn't actually show them on the YouTube page. Most essentially, the person who played Yu-Gi-Oh! In the Japanese version, he had a contract that they cannot use his voice for something, I'm not really sure. So For Kids, unfortunately, had to take the Japanese episodes down. So yeah, aside from their shady business practices and their, you know, Americanization of anime, it wasn't really that bad of a company. I mean, there are a lot of dubbing companies that did a lot worse, like DiC and Saban, of course, and yet they never got that kind of They never got that kind of hatred. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of For Kids Entertainment? Did you hate the company? Did you like the company? Please tell me in your comments below. This is Sentai22, and thanks for watching.